A T-80 tank belonging to the Russian Armed Forces 136th Armored Brigade destroys two NATO MRAPs belonging to the Ukrainian Armed Forces in the Makivka region, south of Donetsk. An infantry unit belonging to the Ukrainian Armed Forces was struck by FPV UAVs belonging to the 72nd Motorized Rifle Brigade, part of the 3rd Army Corps, Southern Military District, in the Konstantinovka region. Drones belonging to the Ukrainian Armed Forces attacked a production facility and a shopping center under construction in Makachkala. Residential buildings were also hit. According to press reports, a new type of foreign-made drone attacked the city. This attack may have been carried out by a drone capable of flying up to 900 kilometers.
Don't forget to leave your opinion about the video in the comments, subscribe, and like.
During the clashes, the Vostok military group's FPV attack UAV teams, operating via fiber optics, ambushed the rotation routes of Ukrainian Armed Forces units in the Dnipropetrovsk region. A pickup truck carrying enemy personnel was destroyed in the ambush. Russian FPV drone attacks destroyed military facilities and personnel belonging to the Ukrainian Armed Forces in the Zaporizhzhia region. After the soldiers' armored vehicles and buggies were destroyed, the infantry hid in shelters and basements. However, Russian FPV drones destroyed all the buildings they hid in, one by one. Russian reconnaissance UAVs have advanced batteries that allow them to remain airborne for extended periods. This enables them to provide continuous intelligence imagery. Fab 1500 destroyed enemy PVD in the Krasny Lyman area. The bomb hit the target directly. Russian Geran UAVs carried out numerous attacks in Chernihiv. Local residents recorded the attacks. Calculations by the Russian armed forces reveal the precision of attacks on enemy positions. It is almost guaranteed that every missile launched will hit enemy equipment and fortifications. Intense fighting continues in Pokrovsk. The air defense systems in the Special Operations Zone are operating at extremely high intensity. The enemy is not sparing the same HIMARS to reach the positions. The images show the work of the anti-aircraft artillery of the Center Air Defense Unit, protecting Russian army units operating on the front line. This is the Krasnoarmeysk direction. The Buk M3 is carefully monitoring the sky and, in fact, does not go a single shift without destroying enemy targets. These men are clearing the airspace of Western HIMARS and ATACMS. Destruction of a Ukrainian Armed Forces T-72AV tank during an attack on Malaya Tokmachka in the direction of Orakova, in the Zaporizhzhia region. The map has been deleted. Velikoburluk direction, Kharkiv region. UAV operators affiliated with the Northern Air Force continue to destroy the equipment of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, which are sending reinforcements to this section of the front. After the ground robot was destroyed, an American-made Humvee armored vehicle advancing in the same direction was also destroyed after being hit by several drones. The crew abandoned the vehicle, leaving the doors open. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. 16. Special Forces Unit drone operators are on duty. An enemy 2S-3 Akatsiya self-propelled gun was detected and destroyed in the direction of Krasnoarmysk. Positive images of the destruction of enemy shelters in the Sumy direction. The Ukrainians had camouflaged the shelter extremely well. However, the Russian drone operators have eyes as sharp as an eagle's. After revealing the shelter, successive attacks resulted in the destruction of the shelter and the ammunition inside. Finally, the camouflaged vehicle used by the infantry was also destroyed. Ostrov Bridgehead, on Karantinaya Island. Attack groups supported by UAV teams are clearing the streets of Karantinaya Island meter by meter. The enemy has fled their positions in some areas, but to avoid putting personnel at risk, they are striking the positions with small drones belonging to the Dnipro Air Force. Snipers affiliated with the Ivanovo Airborne Forces are stepping up their combat training in the SVO region. At the same time, real combat footage of well-trained snipers has also emerged.
Этаж, ориентир ваза, дистанция 340 метров, угол 1,4, огонь.
Цель вижу.
Цель, уходим.
Russian Armed Forces FPV drones struck Ukrainian forces pickup trucks and crews one after another in the forest belt. The Russian fiber optic drone struck the crew of 4 people in the back of the pickup truck. A Russian FPV drone operator destroyed a gas station in Kherson using fiber optic cable. Russian armed forces drone operators are effectively striking Ukrainian armed forces equipment and personnel, disrupting rotations, and weakening enemy logistics. Russian craftsmen continue to work on ways to block FPV drones. In this case, a network solution is used that does not require a separate device and is connected directly to the barrel of the automatic weapon. combat operations by Buryat reconnaissance units attached to the 37th Separate Guards Motor Rifle Regiment of the Russian Armed Forces Vostok Group. The units destroyed a Ukrainian pickup truck in the direction of South Donetsk. Russian FPV drone operators found Ukrainian armed forces infantrymen hiding under trees. This video once again proves how dangerous FPV drones are for soldiers fighting on the front lines in modern warfare. There is now almost no place in modern warfare that drones cannot reach. Whether it's underground shelters or helicopters in the air, drones have become an incredibly powerful weapon everywhere, in every field and under all conditions. Please don't forget to write your thoughts on the role of drones in modern warfare in the comments. Several FAB-3000 bombs hit the Ukrainian Armed Forces shelter in the Shahov settlement in Donetsk with pinpoint accuracy. Write your thoughts about FABs. Near the village of Novo-Alexandrovka, Rubicon Center's FPV UAVs detected a Swedish-made Archer 155mm self-propelled artillery gun. The weapon was destroyed in the resulting fire. A soldier from the Russian Armed Forces destroyed a Ukrainian FPV drone with a single shot from a light machine gun. Well shot, soldier. North of Pokrovsk, a fiber-optic FPV UAV operator is destroying equipment belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces. Ukraine's logistics in this direction have been largely destroyed. This Russian soldier escaped 2 UAVs. Footage of combat involving assault units belonging to the Central Military Group in the direction of Krasnoarmeysk. A fighter from the Eleisk motorized rifle unit was passing through an open area at the edge of the forest when, in the twilight, UAVs swarmed him like mosquitoes. Experience, composure, and quick thinking allowed him to escape the drones and continue on his way. The soldier later reached the main assault unit group. Russian armed forces launched nighttime attack on military targets in Dnipropetrovsk. Throughout the night, numerous drones and missiles struck targets in Ukraine. Near Veliki Kopani in the Kharkiv region, a 1431 MSP-type UAV observed the driver of a Ukrainian armed forces Niva, demonstrating his reverse gear skills. The Russians captured Ukraine's Baba Yaga UAV. Now it is fighting against its former owners. Drone operators belonging to the Vostok military group shot down the enemy's industrial UAV, reflashed it, reconfigured it for their own use, and are now successfully performing necessary tasks in the Dnipropetrovsk region. The temporary deployment area of the 57th Separate Motorized Infantry Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces was destroyed by a high-precision strike near Volchansk. 4 FAB-500 aerial bombs equipped with UMPK were used to destroy the target. Russian reconnaissance drone operators detected a Ukrainian 120mm mortar position. After surveying the area, they identified the building where the mortar crew was hiding, which also served as a storage facility. A Russian attack FPV drone launched a powerful munition strike directly at the building. A fire broke out in the building. The fire caused the mortar's ammunition to explode. Russian reconnaissance teams are working around the clock. Russian drones are constantly in the sky. A Russian reconnaissance drone detected and destroyed another Ukrainian transport vehicle. Attacks continue non-stop, day and night. Soldiers from the volunteer units affiliated with the South Group in the Kramatorsk-Druzhkivka direction destroyed the Ukrainian Armed Forces' temporary staging area with FPV and artillery fire. First, artillery fire was fired, then 2 FPV drones flew directly into the shelter. The Ukrainian Armed Forces' electronic warfare capabilities are so weak that the drone operator wanted to remove the camouflage. But what happened, happened. A VT-40 fiber-optic FPV drone operator in the Ivanopolia area destroys an American HMMMWV Konstantinovka direction. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. Soldiers from the 3rd Army's Azak Corps fell into a drone trap set by a Russian drone operator on the road. The drone, lying in wait on the road, struck a trailer-mounted motorcycle carrying 2 people. The drone operator then struck 4 members of the Azak Corps hiding among trees in the same direction. A continuation of a series of masterclasses on destroying enemy armored vehicles using fiber-optic FPV UAVs. This time, an American M126 Stryker armored personnel carrier was destroyed. A Russian FPV drone operator attacked the armored vehicle with a total of 5 FPV drones. The pilot repeatedly fired at the same spot, destroying the cumulative protective grille and the side of the armored vehicle. Objective monitoring recorded the armored personnel carrier catching fire. The target was destroyed.